Dear students, in this video I am going to discuss piecewise interpolation based on Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. So what is the meaning of piecewise interpolation? Let's see. Suppose we have these data points x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6. Totals we have 7 data points and the corresponding values for f are f0, f1, f2, f3, f4, f5, f6. Okay, so now graphically we can see that we have this type of data. Here we have this x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 and x6. And the corresponding values are say f0, this is say f1, f2, f3, f4, f5 and f6. Okay, so this is, so if you remember in our last video we have developed a interpolating polynomial based on Lagrange's formula and interpolating and Newton's divided difference formula. Okay, if we have interpolating condition of the form this, if we have of interpolating condition of the form pxi is equal to f of xi, if we have this kind of conditions, then we have two methods. One is Lagrange's, other one is Newton's divided difference. Fine. Now second kind of condition says that if we have pxi is equals to f of xi as well as p dash xi is equals to f dash xi, then we have Hermite interpolation formula. Okay, so suppose first we are discussing this type of condition. Okay, so we have this data points xi's and the corresponding values of fi's. Fine. Then what we have this curve. We are interpolating our curve like this. This is about px, this is our px. However, the actual curve is like this. This is our f of x, this is our p of x, this is our f of x. Okay, and this will be the error at any point. So you can see that at interpolating points, that means this there is no error. Both these curves coincide each other or intersecting each other. However, in between points, any point you can see we have some sort of error, because actual value is this, however we have this value. This is the actual value, but we obtained this value, so we have some error. Fine. Now what is our target? To reduce the error. Target is to reduce the error, and we can achieve this by not fitting the polynomial in the entire interval. Rather, we can fit the polynomial in subintervals. For example, if you consider only this interval, so basically in this interval we have only two data points x0 and x1, so that's why we can fit a linear polynomial here. Okay, similarly if you consider x1 x2, so we can fit a linear polynomial. Similarly x2 x3 x4 x5. So ultimately, rather than fitting a single polynomial px, we can fit 6 polynomials from x0 to x1 1, from x1 to x2 2, from x2 to x3 3, from x3 to x4 4, from x4 to x5 5, and from x5 to x6 6. 6 linear polynomials we can fit. Similarly, so basically here we are joining this and this. Okay, and we will call it as say p11. This 1 represents the degree and first represents the number P11. This is the second polynomial, so P2 and first degree polynomial. This can be written as P31, third polynomial degree 1, fourth polynomial with degree 1, fifth polynomial with degree 1 and sixth polynomial with degree 1 and x. Okay, so this will be the polynomials, and this is basically the linear, piecewise linear interpolation. Now to fit P11, either you can use Lagrange's formula or you can use Newton's divided difference. It's up to you. Okay, similarly, if you are joining 3 points at a time, x0, x1, x2, 3 points, so you can fit a 2 degree polynomial, quadratic. So that's why we can join say 3 points at a time, and we can call it as P12, first polynomial with degree 2. Similarly, next 3 points, so P22x, second polynomial with degree 2, and now join last 3 points, so P32x. This is quadratic, piecewise quadratic interpolation. Okay, similarly, and again you can find these polynomials either using Lagrange's formula or either using Newton's divided difference formula. Fine. Now next is you can join 4 points at a time, x0, x1, x2, x3. Then we can have first with degree 3, 4 points at a time. So you can join, so you can fit a degree polynomial of degree 3, so P13x, and now you can join last 4 points, so we can have P23x. This is about the cubic cubic. So just like we can fit linear, quadratic or cubic. Fine. So this is all about the piecewise interpolation. This is called about the piecewise interpolation. Piecewise linear, piecewise quadratic, piecewise cubic. I think you understand. And now you can use either Lagrange's method or Newton's divided difference to find out these polynomials. Okay. So herein we have shown this thing here, and we have already explained the things herein. Okay, so now, so either we can use piecewise linear polynomial, piecewise quadratic polynomial, piecewise cubic interpolation. Now first we are discussing piecewise linear interpolation. Okay, so first I am discussing this part. So suppose we have n plus 1 distinct nodal points x0, x1, xn, and we want to determine an interpolating polynomial as shown below. So these are the points x0, x1, x2, xn. x0 is nothing but a and xn is nothing but b, end points. And this is the data x0, x1, xn, f0, f1, fn. So in this interval, suppose we have any subinterval xi minus 1 to xi. This is the any interval. So we are considering 2 points and we are trying to fitting the polynomial pi, because here is the first polynomial, here is the second polynomial, so here will be the ith polynomial of degree 1. In the next interval from xi to xi plus 1, we are having next interval pi plus 1. Okay, so we are considering the interval xi to xi plus 1. Similarly, here is the interval is xi minus 1 to xi. So the interpolating polynomial is linear in each subinterval xi minus 1 to xi, and it agrees with the function f of x at the n plus 1 nodal points. Agrees means satisfying the interpolating condition at the end points here. Okay, so using the Lagrange, suppose we are, because here we are discussing Lagrange's, so now Lagrange's interpolating will be used in this subinterval. So in this subinterval, this value is fi minus 1, this value is fi. So what will be the polynomial? Px will be L0x f of x0 plus L1x f of x1. This is equation number 1. Okay, this is the general formula. This is the general formula when you are talking about this interval. But here our interval is this xi minus 1 to xi. So in place of xi, we can replace xi minus 1. In place of x1 we can replace xi. Okay, and what about lx? Lx is nothing but the fundamental polynomial. So here when you are discussing the first interval, the fundamental polynomial is L naught x, which is nothing but x minus x1 by divided by x naught minus x1. And what is L1? L1 is x minus x naught divided by x1 minus x naught. Okay. Now if you are considering this interval, then the polynomial is this pi1x. This one means degree, this is the number. Pi, ith polynomial of degree 1 x is x minus xi divided by xi minus 1 minus xi. Based on this, just replace x1 by xi and x0 by xi minus 1. So we get this fundamental polynomial, which is nothing but L naught x. L naught x. Okay. Then this is nothing but f of xi minus 1, because we are interchanging x0 by xi minus 1. Plus, now write down L1x, and L1x is this. So just replace x0 by xi minus 1 and x1 by xi. So we get this x minus xi minus 1 divided by xi minus 1, and here f of xi, where I varies from 1 to n. So ultimately we can have n number of polynomials. Okay, so this is about polynomial, linear interpolation polynomial. Okay, so now we will take one example to understand the concept. So obtain the piecewise linear interpolating polynomial for function f of x defined by the data, which is given by this. X is 1, 2, 4, 8 and f of x is 3, 7, 21 and 73. Okay, so hence estimate the values of f of 3 and f of 7. Okay, so we will try to fit a piecewise linear interpolation. So first we have this type of data, 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so from 1 to 8. Now we have data points at point 1, at point 2, then at point 4, that means at this point, and then 8 at this point. So ultimately we have these data points, this and this. Now when we join this by a red one, this red curve shows the actual curve, actual f. However, in this interval we are joining these 2 points through a line. That's why you can see that we have a line. Similarly, these 2 points, they are joined through a line. Similarly, these 2 points joined through a line. So this is the error. This is the error. Okay, this is denoted by p1x. This line is denoted by p21x, and third line is denoted by p31x. Linear polynomial of first, second and third. Okay, now try to find out these polynomials. So in this interval we have interval 1 to 2. So interval is 1 to 2. So first polynomial of degree 1x is, this is the fundamental polynomial, x minus this last point divided by 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2. Okay, and the value of the function at point 1 is 3. So this is 3 plus, now x minus first point divided by 2 minus 1 and multiply by this 7. Okay, value of the function at point 2. After simplification we get 4x minus 1. Now we will consider the next interval from 2 to 4 and try to find out p21x. So 2 to 4, p2x 21x is x minus this last endpoint divided by 2 minus 4 multiply by the value of the function at point 2, which is 7 plus, now x minus this first point divided by this 4 minus 2 multiply by the value of the function at point 4, which is 21. Simplify this, we get 7x minus 7. Similarly, last interval from 4 to 8. So here p31x is x minus endpoint divided by 4 minus 8, this 4 minus 8 multiply by this 21, value of the function at point 4, plus x minus initial point 4 divided by 8 minus 4, 8 minus 4, and value of the function at point 8 is 73. Simplify, we get 13x minus 31. Okay, so hence the piecewise linear interpolating polynomial denoted by P1x. So this, rather than P11, P21, I am writing this complete polynomial, interpolating polynomial, as P1x, whose first part is this, second part is this, third part is this. So first part is 4x minus 1, which is in the interval, defined in the interval 1 to 2, so 1 to 2. Second part is 7x minus 7, which is defined in the interval 2 to 4, so 2 to 4. And third part is this 13x minus 31, which is defined in this interval 4 to 8. Okay, so this is the polynomial. Now hence estimate the value of function f3 and f7. So f3, so in this interval 3 is in this range, 3 is in the range this, so you can use this polynomial. Similarly here f7, 7 is in this range, so you can use this polynomial. So f3 means what? F3 means this, 7 into 3 minus 7. So 7 into 3 minus 7 is 14. Okay. Similarly f7 is from estimated from this, 13 into 7 minus 31 is 60. So these are the values. Okay. So this is the procedure. Similarly, we can fit quadratic interpolation. Quadratic. So quadratic means this, from x0 to x2 we can fit a polynomial. Similarly from x2 to x4, again we have same data points, so here we have taken even number of this end point. So x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, xn, xn plus 1, x2n, so that we can fit n number of polynomials. Okay, so from x0 to x2, that means x0 to x2, we can join 3 points at a time, so that's why interval will be x0 to x2. So we can fit a polynomial of degree 2. Similarly, next interval from x2 to x4, we can fit again, connect 3 points, and we can get another interval x2 to x4, and we can fit a second polynomial. Similarly, we have another polynomial, ith polynomial, in the interval xi minus 1 to xi plus 1. Okay, and then finally 2i minus 2 to 2n, last interval, last 3 points we can fit or we can join, and then finally we can fit a polynomial. So here we are considering this interval xi minus 1 to xi plus 1. Okay, so in this interval we have, basically if you will see, we have 3 data points in this range. I am not discussing much more, I am discussing main points from here to here. So I am taking this interval xi minus 1 to xi plus 1. So we have 3 data points. The corresponding values are f of xi minus 1. Here we have f of xi, and here we have f of xi plus 1. So we are joining this polynomial. Okay, and denoting this polynomial as pi and 2. This 2 represents the degree and I is the number. Okay, now target is to find out this, and we are using Lagrange's formula. So what will be the polynomial? pi2x in this interval will be fundamental polynomial, li0, I represents the number, and 0 is basically L0, L1, L2 type, and value of the function at xi minus 1, plus li1 f of xi plus li2 f of xi plus 1. Okay, so this is basically L0, L1, L2, and since we are writing this for ith polynomial, that's why I am using li0, li1, li2. Okay, what about li0? You are writing the fundamental polynomial for this polynomial, so you will not consider this point. So x minus this factor multiply by x minus this factor divided by same factors, just replace x by xi minus 1. So just replace this, so xi minus 1 minus xi Similarly, xi minus 1 minus xi plus 1. Okay, so this is the polynomial and the value of the function. Similarly, you can write the second fundamental polynomial here for the point xi. For the point xi, so just not consider this. So we have x minus xi minus 1, this factor and this factor. So x minus xi plus 1. Okay, and then just replace x by xi. Xi minus xi minus 1, then xi minus xi plus 1. Okay, so this is written here and multiply by a value of the function at point xi. Similarly, the third one, L2. Okay, so after simplification, you can easily find out Pi2. And when you subtract this polynomial from the actual one, you will get the error. So this is the error term. Okay, so error term is this. So now example. So obtain the piecewise quadratic interpolation polynomial for the function f of x defined by the data. Data is this: x is minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 1, 3, 6, 7. Corresponding values of f are 369, 222, 171, 165, 207, 990 and 1779. Okay. Hence find an approximate value of f at minus 2.5 and f at 6.5. Okay, so here we will use piecewise quadratic interpolation. So just join 3 data points at a time. So when you join these 3, we have one polynomial. When you join next 3, we have second polynomial, and when you join last 3, we have third polynomial. So basically we have to evaluate 3 polynomials. This P1, P2 and P3. Okay, so consider the group of nodal points minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, that means this interval, then minus 1, 1 and 3, this, and last 3, 6, 3. On each of these subintervals, we write the quadratic interpolating polynomial. So on the interval minus 3 to minus 1, we have P1 2x, first polynomial of degree 2, which is obviously using the same formula, this. So x plus 2, this minus karenge, x minus minus 2, that means x plus 2, then x minus minus 1, so x plus 1, divided by, just replace x by minus 3. So minus 3 plus 2, minus 3 plus 1, multiply by this 369, plus, now write the formula for this. So just not consider this. So x minus minus 3, so x plus 3, x minus minus 1, that means x plus 1, divided by, just replace x by minus 2. So we get this, multiply by this 2, 2, 2. Similarly, third one, x plus 3, this, x plus 2, divided by this minus 1. So minus 1 plus 3, minus 1 plus 2, multiply by 1 centennial. After simplification, we get this polynomial, 48x square plus 93x plus 216. Okay, so this is the polynomial in this interval. Similarly, find the polynomial in this interval using the same formula. So P22x is, after simplification, this is the calculation, you can see, and after solving this, we have 6x square minus 3x plus 162. Similarly, we have third polynomial P32x. So this is the calculation, you can see we have to apply, we have applied that formula, and after simplification we get 132x square minus 927x plus 1800. So these are 3 polynomials and they are listed here: first polynomial, second polynomial and the third polynomial. So this polynomial is defined in the interval minus 3 to minus 1, second polynomial is defined in the interval minus 1 to 3, and third one is in the interval 3 to 7. Okay, so and these in short denoted by P2x, second degree polynomial. Now as the requirement is concerned, we have to find out f at minus 2.5. So minus 2.5 is in the first range, that's why use first polynomial. So after using first polynomial P12 at minus 2.5, finally we will get the value 283.5. Now the second is f at 6.5. To evaluate this, you can use the third polynomial because 6.5 is in this range. So 3, 2 at 6.5. So use third one, and hence after solving this we get 1351.5. So this is the all about quadratic interpolation. Now the third one is piecewise cubic interpolation. Same one, same logic. So suppose the data point is this x0, x1, x2, x3n. Okay, so we have total 3n plus 1. So we can fit basically in this interval n number of cubic interpolating polynomials. Okay, so suppose we are having this this interval xi to xi plus 3. So having 4 points, and we can join 4 points by a cubic interpolation. So we are considering this interval xi to xi plus 1. We are fitting a cubic interpolation. So pi 3x, and this is the polynomial li0 f at xi, fundamental polynomial, first fundamental polynomial multiply by f at xi. That means at this point. Similarly, second fundamental polynomial li1 f at xi plus 1. That means the value of the function at this point. Then third fundamental polynomial li2 multiply by f at xi plus 2, fundamental polynomial at this point, plus li3 f at xi plus 3. So this is the fundamental polynomial at this point. So we have to evaluate these 4 fundamental polynomials, where li0 is x minus xi plus 1, x minus xi plus 2, x minus xi plus 3. That means we will not consider this point. We will consider only these 3 points. So these are the factors. Just replace this x by this point xi. Similarly, for second fundamental polynomial at this point we will not consider this. So we have factors for xi, xi plus 2, xi plus 3. So xi, xi plus 2, xi plus 3. And now just divide the same quantity, but just replace x by xi plus 1. Similarly, third fundamental polynomial and fourth fundamental polynomial. And after evaluating this, you can easily find out the error. So this is the actual f, and this is the approximated curve in this interval, and the error is of order 4 because we are fitting the cubic interpolation. So this is from the Taylor series. This is from the Taylor series. Okay. So I think you understand the approach. This is the example. This is the example. You can see. So here we have same example which we have taken earlier. Same example, this example. So here is minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 1, 3, 6 and 7, and corresponding values are 369, 222, 171, 165, 207, 990, 1779. So now fit the cubic polynomial. That means we are joining 4 points at a time. So from minus 2 to 1, just join these 4 points and fit a polynomial. So we have one polynomial, and then from 1 to 7 join another. So basically we have to evaluate only 2 polynomials. Okay, and then again find out the values at the same points, minus 2.5 and 6.5. Okay, so we have to evaluate only 2 polynomials, one from the points minus 3 to 1, another is from 1 to 7. Okay, so now from minus 3 to 1 we have this polynomial. So these are the fundamental polynomial, and then so I'm just discussing this one. So I'm writing first fundamental polynomial for this point. So just not consider minus 3. So consider minus 2, minus 1 and 1. So we have these factors x plus 2, x plus 1, x minus 1. Replace this x by minus 3. So we get minus 3 plus 2, minus 3 plus 1, minus 3 minus 1. And then substitute the value of the function at point minus 3, which is 369. Similarly, this is the fundamental polynomial for minus 2, and multiply by the function at point minus 2, which is 222. Similarly, this is the fundamental polynomial for minus 1, and multiply by the value of the function at point minus 1. And then similarly the last one. So this is the first polynomial, which is minus 8x cube plus 5x plus 168. Similarly, second polynomial from the interval 1 to 7, we have this calculation, and then after solving this we get 14x cube minus 92x square plus 207x plus 36. So we have 2 polynomials. Okay, now find the value of the function at point minus 2.5. So you can use the first polynomial and with the help of this we have 280.5. Similarly, find the value of the function at 6.5. You can use the second polynomial, and using this we have the value 1339.25. okay, so this is the value. Now in this we have used Lagrange's formula. Same calculation can be done with the help of Newton's divided difference. So here we have piecewise interpolation based on Newton's divided difference interpolation. Same approach, just method is used different. We in previous part of this video we have used Lagrange's formula. However, here we will use Newton's divided difference. Only difference is this. So first we have linear interpolation. So we have this formula. So we are, for example, in linear interpolation we are joining the points x0, x1 and the corresponding value f of f0 and f1 by Newton's divided difference. Similarly, we can join the next point, similarly the third point, and so on. So suppose we are having this interval xi to xi plus 1 and we are finding the polynomial pi1 with the help of Newton's divided difference. So this will be the formula, and we have already discussed the derivation. So f of xi plus the factor x minus xi multiplied by the first order divided difference. So f at xi to xi plus 1. Okay. Similarly, we have quadratic interpolation. So here we will join 3 points at a time, and then we are having polynomial. Suppose we are finding the polynomial in the interval xi to xi plus 2. So the polynomial is pi2x is f at xi plus x minus xi multiplied by f at xi to xi plus 1. That means up to this part same as it is same, plus now we have additional part, this x minus xi into x minus xi plus 1 and second order divided difference f xi plus 1 xi plus 2, second order divided difference. Okay. Similarly, we have cubic interpolation. So we have this data point x0, x1, x2, x3, x3n, corresponding values of fr, f0, f1, f2, f3, f3n. Suppose we are considering the interval xi to xi plus 3. Okay, so now the fitted polynomial will be pi3x is f of xi, x minus xi multiplied by first order divided difference f at xi plus 1, then plus x minus xi into x minus xi plus 1, then second order divided difference f at xi plus 1 xi plus 2 plus x minus xi into x minus xi plus 1 plus x minus xi plus 2, and third order divided difference f at xi plus 1 xi plus 2 xi plus 3. So covers all the okay. So now we will apply this approach. So we will take the same example here. First example, x 1 2 4 8, fx is 3 7 21 and 73. So now fit linear interpolation. Okay, so first we will consider this part. So construct the table for this interval. So we have only 2 points 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 corresponding values are 3 and 7, 3 and 7. Now find the divided difference. So 7 minus 3 divided by 2 minus 1. So we have 4. Okay, Newton's divided difference. 7 minus 3 divided by 2 minus 1. 7 minus 3 divided by 2 minus 1. So we get 4. So this is listed here. Okay, 7 minus 3 divided by 2 minus 1 is equals to 4. So this is written here. So now apply the formula. So P11x is this 3 plus x minus 1, this point x minus 1 multiply by this 4. After solving this we get 4x minus 1. Now find the polynomial for this interval. So here we have points 2 and 4, corresponding values are 7 and 21. Now find the divided difference. So 21 minus 7, this 21 minus 7 divided by 4 minus 2, so this will be 7. So this is written here. Okay, now find the second polynomial, which is the 7 plus x minus first point to multiply by this 7. After solving this, we get 7x minus 7. Similarly, write the third polynomial for this interval. So we have 4 and 8, 4 and 8. Corresponding points are 21 and 73, 21 and 73. Now first divided difference is 73 minus 21. 73 minus 21 divided by 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4, this will be 13. Okay, and this is written here. So third polynomial will be this 21 plus x minus 4 multiply by this 13. After solving this, we get 13x minus 31. So these are the polynomials. First, second, third for the interval 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8. Okay. Similarly, we have cubic. So here we have quadratic and cubic. So since same example is taken, so first we are writing quadratic. So quadratic one. So quadratic means join 3 points at a time. So just consider 3 points at a time. So this is the interval from minus 3 to minus 1. So here we have minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. Corresponding values of f are this. So now first find out the divided difference for this. So 2 to 2 minus 369 divided by minus 2 minus 3. So we get this. Now find the divided difference for these two. 171 minus 221 divided by minus 1 minus 2. So we get minus 51. Okay, now find out this second order divided difference, which is nothing but minus 51 minus 147 divided by minus 1 and minus 3. So we get 48. And then write the formula. For this formula we use this and this in this manner, diagonal manner. Okay, so first we are writing 369 plus x plus this point x minus minus 3, so x plus 3 multiply by this point plus x minus minus 3 into x minus minus 2, so we get x plus 3, x plus 2 multiply by 48. After solving this, we get this polynomial. Similarly find the polynomial for the next interval minus 1 to 3, minus 1 to 3, minus 1, 1 and 3, minus 1 and 1 and 3, and then apply the same approach. So we have the second polynomial 6x square minus 3x plus 162. Okay, and now this is the last polynomial from 3 to 7. 3 to 7, same approach to construct the table, and after solving this we have these 3 polynomials. Now cubic polynomial. So cubic means we have to join 4 points at a time. That's why we have taken 4 points at a time. First find out the first divided difference, second divided difference and third divided difference, and then use the same approach. Just take the diagonal values. So first is 369, then x minus minus 3 multiply by this minus 147 plus, then here we have x minus minus 3 multiply by x minus minus 2, and then value is 48, so 48, and then last one is x minus minus 3, x minus minus 2, x minus minus 1, so x plus 3, x plus 2, x plus 1 multiply by minus 8. After solving this we get minus 8x cube plus 5x plus 168. Similarly join last 4 points and then find out the polynomial. So we get 14x cube minus 92x square plus 207x plus 36. So we have 2 polynomials. Okay, so this is about the piecewise interpolation. Today we have discussed piecewise Lagrange's polynomials, interpolating polynomial, in which we have discussed linear, quadratic and cubic. Similarly Newton's divided difference. Now in the next video we will discuss about the piecewise Hermite type interpolation. Okay, so thank you.